Hello again and thank you for joining. In this video I will do another flowers assembling, and as you can see it's the tulips this time. I thought this was easier because you're just making three very similar things. There wasn't even difference with the stems or anything. It's all the same, just the different colors. And as you can see here, quite a lot of same pieces, of course, with the how do you say, the straws or those straight pieces. And just getting the center of the flower first, and I thought that it was a little bit dull to assemble, not the most interesting one. Only thing I had the issues but was figuring out when to put the gray tube thingies or when to put the red smaller ones. And as you can see, these are quite straightforward. I don't think there is even like dozen steps in the instructions per flower. Here are the first one, and then you just repeat for the other colors. They do look nice, but maybe they could have had more pieces or different pieces. At least like a little bit variation between the flowers. Oh, and you can see that there's one of those smaller tubes stuck in there. Had to take a screwdriver to pry that out of there. Here we go, finally got it. There we go, that was stuck. And I was just worrying about the colors. I don't know if it's matches, but then again, it doesn't really matter. They are all about the same. Of course, you want to keep it as original or as intended as possible, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. Also, those petals are all the same. They could have been at least a little bit different, but they are very much alike. Well, not very much alike. Only difference is the color. Yeah, still a bit confused about the colors, but I think it's right. They are quite similar colors, but just trying to make sure everything's okay. And that didn't go all the way in for some reason. I think it's meant like that because I tried pushing it, the inside bit, as much as I could. And now the actual, I don't know how you call it, branches, stems? Not stem is the middle one, but maybe like a branch. And I think it was 5 of those tubes plus the flowers, the petals and stuff, so they are good in a vase. Yeah, so those instructions weren't the best because they showed this like wrong way around, that you put from the bottom and from the top. They could have just said make the whole tube first and then start from the top, but maybe something for improvement. Yeah, and those are the petals obviously, or leaves. And also these are exactly the same with everything. Not any variation with the flowers separating themselves. It's just the same all the time. So kind of boring and kind of boring to do, but then again the end result is okay. Yeah, there's the gray bit, and then at the end you put that red one to give it a little height so that the leaves and the flowers petals don't hit each other. Yeah, got a little bit confusing, but at the end I got it. You have to put those smaller pieces there as well. There we go. That's first one. And then obviously you just repeat. It's not very, how would you say, complicated, but I have to check a couple times just to make sure that I'm doing it right. So yeah, I think there is like a dozen pages, dozen steps on the instructions. So this could even be for smaller kids, maybe like 10, 15-year-olds. It's not that bad that they would eat those pieces or anything, but it's a little bit complicated, especially with the shapes, because those things are a little tricky. As you can see, I'm missing the small bit, and that's why it's touching now and cannot push it in. Those one in the middle of the screen, you can see that I should be putting those on in addition to these normal bigger pieces so that it will rise up a bit from there. I took my sweet time to figure it out, but eventually I got it. There you go, the second one, and then the same process with the last one. And again, those leaves seems to be just loosely fit, so you can basically spin them if you want, but maybe that's okay if you wanna set them in a vase or something. And again, those smaller pieces go in the middle part, and then on the top it gets one gray and one red one. There you go, and the red one needs to be going there so that it will get the height for the other petal, what do you call that, leaf? And then rising up a bit more, and then finally the actual flower. And with that, they are finished. Couple extra pieces. Thank you very much for watching.